Hello guys, I'm Chris and this is how I made HighwayDash, the upcoming racing endless runner game for Android in 100 days. Some backstory for this game before we begin for those that are interested. I've always wanted to make games since I was a little kid, and I've had countless tries to make one along the years. But last year in September, after I finished college, I decided it was time to actually try and release my first game. So I picked up Android as a platform because in my head it was easier than making a game for PC, but oh boy was I wrong. But yeah, this is technically not 100 days, but we'll keep it at that because the title just sounds better, and around December was when I really started seeing noticeable progress on my game. For the engine I went with Unity. And yeah, I know they made a lot of bad decisions recently and I wanted to go with Godot, but as the latest version didn't really support Android as good as Unity, at the time of starting the project I decided to stick with Unity for at least one more project. Maybe in the future I will give Godot another try when I'll try to release a game for PC. So, day 1. A fresh project. I was ready to move mountains. I was really motivated at this stage of the project as anyone is when starting new. I had a rough idea of what I wanted to do and what type of game I wanted to make, but I still wasn't 100% sure. I did try another game before this one in Godot actually. It should have been an idle game where you pop pimples, but I gave up on the idea after like 30 minutes, because it is a pretty stupid idea for a game. Maybe it could work for a make a game in one day challenge. Anyways, I started with a prototype which I named Mobile Game. I know, very original. I was playing a lot of Traffic Racer at the time, and I really liked the game, but I felt like I could do my own thing and maybe improve on it a little bit. So I did a little car controller, and yeah, let's just imagine that a triangle is actually a car.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
It was pretty bad, but after that I decided to add cars spawning and the road, so that you don't just drive into the blue Unity void. The way I was handling the cars moving was by making them come towards the player, and the player just being able to move left and right, but I quickly scratched that, as I didn't think it would really work for this type of game. So I made the player actually be able to move forward while also dodging left and right cars that are minding their own business. Fast forward some time, my cousin joined in on the project. He doesn't know how to program or do pixel art, but he did learn a bit and helped me with some sprites. The part where he was really useful was editing the trailer for the game and some shorts for our YouTube channel, so that we actually get some recognition before we release the game. Because let's be honest, the Google Play Store is full of games that, how can I put it, suck. And hey, maybe our game sucks too. But only the players can decide if a game is good or not, but at least I made a game and released it on a platform. That is an achievement in itself if you ask me. Anyways, the Play Store, as I said, is full of games and is overly saturated, and back when I started the project I was pretty confident that I could get my game seen by people, but after a lot of documentation and seeing how hard the game is actually to market by yourself with no budget, I have indeed changed my mind, and I don't think I would choose Android again if I were to start a new project. Yeah, got sidetracked again. You guys are here to listen to my tale on how I made the game in 100 days. So yeah, where was I? Ah yes, my cousin also joined in on the project to help me with stuff I couldn't do, and it was a big relief. Now I had more time to focus on development, which is a big plus as I could get this game out there faster. After my cousin joined, we started messing around with pixel art to see which type of style would fit our game, and we started to make some cars because we were tired of seeing rectangles and triangles. Our first attempts at making cars were questionable. But in the end we started settling on a style and the game was looking pretty sweet in terms of graphics. I mean, most people prefer 3D games such as Traffic Racer, but I'm sure there are people that enjoy 2D pixel art graphics. Right? Now that the graphics were settled, I needed to plan the mechanics of the game. Game modes, gameplay loop, progression and all that fun stuff. Two of my friends gave me a pretty good idea for a game mode. One where you are a monster truck and you get score based on how many cars you destroy, while also trying not to get caught by the police. This would also add some progression to the game, as this game mode would be locked until you would buy the monster truck from the shop. Another mechanic that would add to the progression would be Powerups, which you can also buy from the shop and would help you get the biggest score on the leaderboard. Oh wait, I forgot to talk about the leaderboard. So yeah, I decided to implement the leaderboard provided by Google Play Store, as players would have something to fight for, the biggest score on the leaderboard. But not only one, as each game mode would have its different leaderboard, so if you are crazy enough you can actually try to be the best on each. I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. Yeah, sorry about that. Besides the leaderboard, I also implemented the achievement system provided by Google, as the integration was really simple and it adds more content to the game. It was around this time that we also released the trailer for the game, which if you haven't watched, you should totally go check it out. It's on our channel and social media accounts down below. We also started branching out on different social media platforms, which in some degrees was successful. By the way, you should totally go follow all our social media down below, as we post updates about HighwayDash, and not only. There is another game we plan on making in the near future, so stay tuned to know what it will be about. Having that said, self-marketing is totally not easy, but if you put in the work and you are consistent, you can amass a small following. The most success we had with marketing was on YouTube, and I got to say that YouTube Shorts are totally broken, so if you want to gain subscribers and get your game recognized, you should also focus on short form content as well.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast.
Another big feature of our game, which I totally forgot to talk about, are police chases. Randomly while driving, there is a chance that the police chase will be triggered and you must survive until the police loses your trail. The AI of the police cars themselves was the hardest thing to implement, mostly because I had never done complex AI stuff before, but I can totally say that it was worth all the pain and tears. Also, based on the gameplay that we are gonna show in the background, we would like some feedback. If you have any suggestions regarding anything, we are open to hearing them and even changing stuff around. I would also like to take a moment to thank everyone watching this video until now. One thing I didn't really like implementing, but I had to because unfortunately in today's world money are something we need for survival, was ads and in-app purchases. My strategy on implementing ads was not to bombard the user with them, and I thought more of how I would feel if I was a player trying out this game for the first time. Because of that, an ad is displayed every 5th round. Banner ads are only visible in the menu as to not disturb gameplay, and rewarded ads are displayed at the end of the round only if the player wants to double their money or want to revive and continue their run. As for the in-app purchases, they are there in the shop for people who want to rush their progress, but honestly I'm not really into pay-to-win games, so I take it more as a way to support me and help me create more games in the future. Day 80, or around this time, I decided it was time to add more game modes, because our game only had 2 at this time in development. The neat thing about this was that because I had everything set up from before, it was actually quite easy to implement them. So now we have 4 game modes: normal mode, two-way mode, time mode and chaos mode. I also added a leaderboard individually for each game mode, as until now it was all shared. Once the game releases, I can't wait to see who will be the first on the leaderboard. From day 80 to 90, it was all about bug fixing and setting up the Play Store page. Recently Google made some changes regarding publishing games on the Google Play Store, and now they require new accounts to have 20 testers to test their game for 14 days before putting it out for people to see. Fortunately, through friends, family and some followers from our social media, we reached the 20 testers requirement, so thank you to all the people involved who helped me reach my dream of publishing my first game. Now we are in the present. I'm currently implementing cloud saving so that users can continue from where they left off in case of uninstalling the game or changing their phone. This also gave me some headaches because of Android dependencies and Unity packages not agreeing with each other. But in the end I found a solution and settled on Unity's cloud save system. That's pretty much the whole journey of the game HighwayDash. Keep an eye out on our socials as we soon plan to announce the release date for the game. If you made it this far, consider subscribing and hitting that like button, as we plan to make more behind the scenes videos, especially for our next project, which we will start after we feel like we are done with this one. Thanks again for checking us out. I'm Chris from Ordeal Games, and I wish you all a good day. See ya!